Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first flight on my Dynam BF-110. Cool, could call it cold, February day, day after Groundhog Day in 2019 at the Wingnuts Field in Calverton, New York.
Throttle active.
Well, I either need a lot of down trim or I need to move the CG a little farther forward. It's a 4S 2200 Nanotech from Hobby King. And that's not the pack I wanted to use. I wanted to use my graphene, but I have two sets of graphene 4S 2200s, and two of them are fatter than the third, and they will not fit in there. There is one that will fit, and that was the one I was planning on using, but I neglected to charge it. So anyway, looks like I'm going to land this now, and I'm going to throw a little bit of lead in the nose just to help me sort this out, because it's going to need quite a bit of down trim, and I don't want to fly it that way. And not too bad for a quick first flight. I'm not going to taxi that back because the ground is extremely hard with the deep freeze that we've had here over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to go pick it up and bring it back. I'm going to sign off for now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this again. So technically this is the second flight, although the first one was short and brief.
Throttle active.
Little lead in the nose.
4 minutes.
Yes, that seems much better.
Low rates.
Yeah, she's trimmed out now. Doesn't need a click of any trim at all. Nice. I gear up. Does not appear to have any change in trim with gear retraction, which is nice and also surprising. Wow, ailerons are sensitive.
Low rate.
Could turn them down a little bit. I flipped the low rates now. I'll make a low altitude, high speed pass for you. Not terribly fast, but it goes well enough. Very smooth. Flies very much like my big 96-inch EMS fiberglass and foam BF-110. Pull the nose up. Watch it turn to the left on its own, which is not surprising. Both props turn in the same direction. Do a loop. Yeah, managed to loop very well. Right now, I'm not seeing any of that uncommanded
2 minutes.
right turn guys have been talking about. Okay, I dropped the gear. I'm going to come in and do another takeoff. See what the flaps do for me.
Flaps half. Flaps full.
Doesn't seem like they're doing a whole lot. You can see how rough my field is, especially in the winter. It's only marginally better in the warmer months when this stuff is a little smoother. So I'm going to come over here, set her back up. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring her over to the old dirt road we've got right here, which is a little smoother. We've moved the road a little farther to the east to expand the size of the field. And this is a little bit smoother, and since the wind doesn't have any particular direction right now, this is probably a good way to take off. Rather than checking out here. Nice straight takeoff, but yet I can yard in either direction. Definitely not seeing any of that uncommanded right skid guys are talking about so far. Now, I have not done a thing to this airplane. It's basically stock.
1 minute.
I have not changed the angles on the motors yet. Seems to fly very well with the rudders. I can yaw the airplane around quite well with those rudders.
Gear up.
Surprisingly, with this cold, the Dynam retracts are responding fine. There are so many guys that have had trouble with the Dynam retracts in the cold not working, or maybe one would work and the other would not. But I'm not having any trouble with them so far. Another airplane that's hard to see in this sky, that pale blue against the pale blue sky. I guess I'm just flying the darker spots.
9, 8, 7.
Yeah, you can ignore her.
5.
I don't need to land just yet.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Alright, I'm going to do a dirty pass. Gear down, flaps down. In the next pack, I'm going to take her upstairs and do some stalls to see how it stalls. I normally would do that on the first flight, but
Flaps half, flaps
wanted to see how this thing handled. Okay, here comes the dirty pass. She's well behaved. Flaps down, gear down, powering back up to go around. There's no real trim change with the flap setting. Not at all. I'm going to look forward to flying this one FPV soon too. I will land it and check that battery for voltage. Is it gonna make it? Nope. Those landing gear probably could use some rake forward, especially for my field. It's probably fine on guys that fly on much smoother fields and tarmac and even geotex type runways, but this is tough on our field. Again, I'm not going to taxi this thing back because it's just too rough here. I'm afraid of doing some damage to those stiff landing gear legs.